I'm sure a large percentage of you have been bullied before, and while the bullying in Mushoku Tensei is nothing out of the ordinary, it is worth coming back and revisiting this topic again because it is a significant moment in people's lives that warrant attention. In Mushoku Tensei, our protagonist was bullied to the point of becoming a NEET. NEET being not in education, employment, or training. Basically, he's a shut-in as a result of all that his bullies did to him. I feel that this was quite an overreaction because most people that we know in real life would go back to their lives after a while even if they had to endure the bullying for a longer period of time. It is simply unrealistic that someone would drop out of school or society altogether in order to cope with the effects of bullying, which is staying out of society permanently. This makes me think that the protagonist was a wimp and couldn't stand up for himself, something that was luckily addressed in the anime itself later on. Rudius picked himself up and subsequently moved on. It is a poignant topic because bullying happened to myself back in primary school specifically. I remember there was a guy named Samuel who was an asshole who picked on the weak people, and I happened to be one of them, in the past at least. And Samuel would throw verbal abuses and insult at me, while I have nothing to say in return at such a young age. It eventually boiled down to when Samuel won an argument and won the teacher's side when I complained about his actions to the form teacher. I would never forget that moment, and I'm sure that many of you would never forget how you were treated when you were being bullied. The point here is not to denounce Rudius as a main character that couldn't stand up for himself in his previous life, but to point out that we should never make bullies the center and focus of our lives and instead ignore them and move on. It is so easy to let other people leave a dark mark on our lives if we don't stand up for ourselves. And bullying sucks, but what would be worse is and if we did nothing about the problem and let it go on. Many times it seems like that is the easier route to go, and I know because I have been bullied before, but it is easier to ignore the problem than face it head on, as with a lot of things in life. But bullying is one particular case because it cuts into our lives and impacts our lives so much that we should make an active stance against it. What do you think about bullying, and what are your experiences with bullying? Tell me about it in the comments below, and I look forward to reading your comments.